Thanks for staying with us here on CVM. It's sunrise, and the sun is rising over a beautiful, vibrant nation. Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning to the world. Well, be prepared to be inspired. We've got a woman who's conquered the corporate world, climbed the ladder of success, and now she's here to unleash a voice that'll give you chills from the church choir to the boardroom, and now the music scene. She's a true inspiration, definitely. This morning, we're excited to introduce the one and only recording artist, Dr. Karrian Hepburn Malcolm. And she's about to drop some truth with her debut single, Purpose. Was produced by the legendary, the one and only
Grafton Studios.
Grafton Mikie Bennett, the legend. So you know, say it is a proper production.
Yeah,
indeed.
Absolutely. And I must say good morning to her as well, Dennis, because she actually came to my blood drive on Friday and donated blood. I posted her on my stories, on my Instagram, And so, Doc, I want to just say thank you for being a lifesaver. Thank you for your donation on Friday. I sincerely appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
Lovely. So the purpose, you're filled with purpose. Talk to me about this song. And I mean, you think, okay, corporate, you know, giant, you've been there, your boardroom, singing, how we reached there, so?
Wow, all right. So earlier this year, in my walk of faith, because I'm a Christian, I could feel a conviction that I needed to make sure that I use all the talents God gave me, not just in the corporate sphere, but in other spheres, you know, to impact people's lives positively. And of course, to give thanks to the Most High, who has blessed me with all these things. I mean, all the things I've achieved, I really couldn't have achieved it without him. So I felt that it was the responsible thing to do, to make sure to articulate that, you know, and to share it via what had always been my passion, singing, you know, to dip my toe in the water, you know, in a more professional way, and to put a song out there.
What's so important about this, the message in this song? Where does this message of purpose come from, and how has it resonated in your own life?
Okay, so the song starts by letting people know where I'm from. I'm from East Kingston, you know, and for those of you who are not familiar with East Kingston, it is not uptown. So let me start there, right? Yes. And so, you know, when you're not born in, you know, in a particular neighborhood, you kind of feel like the odds are stacked against you. You feel like you have more hurdles to navigate, more challenges to overcome. Right. You know, you're not from the right place, you don't have the right name, you don't have the right connections, you don't have a network, you don't know auntie so-and-so, you know, you just don't have the kind of access that some people have, right? And so I wanted to make it clear that I was from humble beginnings, but despite that, you know, I was able to navigate life's challenges and, you know,
rise up.
You sound like you have a book somewhere in you.
A motivational speech.
Somewhere there. Like something else going inside. It's not just a song.
A lot going on, for real.
So talk to us about the recording process and what was it like working with Mikie Bennett, because as we talked about Rise Up, he was the one who orchestrated that and produced that as well. So talk to me about working with Mikie Bennett, being in the studio and recording the song.
All right, so the irony is that I knew Mikie from, let's say, 2005. I met him during in my banking career, right? So at the time, he was a client. And then, you know, I moved from Kingston to Mandeville, then from Mandeville to Trinidad. And then I was in Trinidad for 12.5 years, and I came back to Jamaica a year and a half ago. So I was in church, and as I said, I just felt a conviction, like you need to do a song, you know, and it needs to be inspiring and it needs to tell a story. And I thought, how am I going to do this? Like, who is going to help me do this? And his name popped into my mind, and I'm like, I don't even have his number. So I reached out to his daughter on Instagram, Kimala Bennett, and I was like, Kimala, give me your dad's number again.
Hey, Kimala, she's a frog.
And so, you know, she gave me his number. When I called him, I'm like, Mikie, do you even remember me? He's like, yeah, well, go on, carry on. For those of you know, Mikie, just cool. And he's like, you still there, Trinidad?
That's Uncle Mikie, yes.
I'm like, no, Jamaica and I actually want to do a song. He's like, all right, come by now, let me hear what you have in mind. And so he had his guitar there. I was sharing, right. I brought 2 friends with me because I didn't know what this process entailed. So big up Danny and big up Nadine. They came with me and he's like, what do you want to sing about? I said, well, I want it to be inspirational. I want to give God thanks for everything he's done in my life. And he's like, all right, tell me more about your story. And so I started from the beginning. Well, Mike, I'm from East Kingston, blah, blah, blah. And as I was talking, he started strumming and he was like, he came up with the line, this little young thing from East Kingston. I'm like, we're onto something, right? And as I spoke, he said a word, my friends chimed in, we had sentences, we had lines, and before we knew it, we had a song. Yeah. So that process was new to me. I'm not a songwriter. I've never written a song. Well, now apparently I am.
Yes.
But it was so fulfilling. It was like, I could feel a whole new part of my brain like going off.
Yes.
Like, okay, where do we go next with this? What's next? Oh, after the verse, the chorus, and after this, the bridge. And it was just such an exciting experience. But Mikie was cool, calm, collected, just so real maestro.
Yeah, the icon. Well, guess what, Karrian? We want to hear the song.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you could do us the honor of just, belting out those sounds you worked on at Grafton, and you're now here on our stage, right inside of Sunrise. So please let us hear you, Dr. Karrian Hepburn Malcolm, with this one called Purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
This little young thing from East Kingston, who no one expected to win. The odds seemed always against me, but I found the strength within. I've shed many tears, but I've climbed many stairs. You've guided my steps on my journey. Guide me in my purpose. Lead me in your way. Let me be a witness in all I do and say. Guide me in my purpose. Lead me in your way. Strengthen my conviction. That's my prayer today. As I live, as I grow, as I blossom, feed my spirit every day. Your love overflows like a fountain. I'm blessed in every way. I've shed many tears, but I've climbed many stairs. You've guided my steps on my journey. Guide me in my purpose. Lead me in your way. Let me be a witness. Let me be today. Guide me in my purpose. Lead me in your way. Strengthen my conviction. That's my prayer today. Strengthened by my faith in you, and through it all, and through each step, I'll find the strength to push on through. Lead me in your way, strengthen my conviction. That's my prayer today. Guide me in my purpose. Strengthen my conviction. That's my prayer today. Oh, mercy, grace, and faith alone.
mercy, grace, and faith.